They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see, the Rebels taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Nittany Lions will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Rebels offense will go to work first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, that is a picture-perfect start for this defense. Number one objective, get off the field even better. Third down, force them into a passing situation. You win, you hit the quarterback. Nice start by this D.
The Rebels line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So Penn State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. You're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic...
Breaks into the open. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here, finding open areas. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Allen. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Got it in the middle, it's Allen. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
From inside the 10, here he comes. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him! And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Gonna swing it on second down. Right on the money. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Beal. He stopped right at the 22, and that'll bring us to fourth down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Time to take a shot. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Allard. They're setting up the screen. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Dinkins. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Quick release on the RPO. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Rebels want to move quickly. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. It's a draw. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Dinkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The option look. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. They'll move the tight end. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Spins away from the defender. Turning it on! Touchdown, Nittany Lions! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who can score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Ole Miss is down, but they are not out of it. Not when that crowd spent the morning in the Grove getting ready for this one. Let's see how those fans impact the rest of this game. They're trailing by just 4 to UCF. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll pull it on the read. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Rebels will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Split backs here. To the air, it's Aller. Safe completion on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Now on 2nd down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Grabbed in the middle. It's Allen. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Bringing the heat. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Ran through the contact.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's run out of bounds at the 23 after the big gainer. The Nittany Lions in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Run in the red zone. It's Allen. Fights off a defender. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A first down run on the doorstep. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to find the end zone. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offense. Look, last week you found a way to win a close game. That's what you're supposed to do. But this offense looks like they're taking it to the next level, hitting their stride a little bit, finding out who they're going to be. And they've looked explosive today.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Snags it over the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's got him. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and his third time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on the recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
The Rebels will line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Touchdown, Penn State! Special teams coming through. The third aspect of the game, delivering big time. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Final play of the quarter coming. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Rush is on him. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
0 points on the day. That's really all you have to say about this offense. It's been a struggle fest. They've been riding the struggle bus. They haven't done anything right today.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Caught behind the line. It's Singleton. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Finds his tight end. Powers through. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. All that baby in, and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
On to attempt the try. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Michigan is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been clicking in every facet of the game. They're up by 21 over Louisiana. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Brings up second down.
Off play action. Lets it fly. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch.
Brings up third down.
Balls and fired complete. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Brings up second down.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground.
Penn State.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of